Anakin, this weapon is your life. Anakin, don't fall in love. Anakin, be mindful of your feelings. Anakin, they betray you. Anakin, 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 Anakin.
Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones was directed by George Lucas, written by George Lucas. This movie takes place 10 years after Episode 1. After Princess Amidala no longer is a princess, she's now a senator, which I don't understand how that happened, but hey, she's a senator. And she goes against the Separatists, and someone within the Separatist organization tries to assassinate her. And after the failed attempt, Jedi Order, which is Jedi Council, which are still sitting down their asses, they decided to send 2 Jedi to help to protect her. Once again, episode 2 begins, and once again, we have more Senate meetings, more walking and talking and discussions. Still gone with the same formula. It's more political, and definitely more CGI from the last film. Best things about this movie is just not a lot of Jar Jar. Wasn't a lot of Jar Jar. Jar Jar had like a few lines in this movie, like, "Me happy, you back." Because I think that George Lucas hurt the fans. You would think that George Lucas would learn his lesson from the first movie, but apparently he didn't. He added more CGI, and that aerial assault in Coruscant was just CGI, 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 CGI XX videos. Another porn website of CGI. During this assault, they find out who the culprit was. It's a shape-shifting female who shapeshifts. But she's not the real assassin, because as soon as they catch her, the real assassin kills her. So an assassin hires an assassin, that assassin hires slugs to kill Padme. Why couldn't Jango Fett do himself? One thing I want to point out was the scene that kind of got me interested into Star Wars lore was the scene when they introduced Sephiroth Master Deus, because he was the one who told the Kamonians to create the clone army. That was an interesting subplot. If they could have used it more, like have some execution towards that subplot, but then you introduce the subplot and then you just back off. It's like he teased us. He teased us. He teased us. After Obi-Wan Kenobi ordered Anakin Skywalker to protect Padme, I think that was a bad choice, because Obi-Wan Kenobi once told Anakin to be mindful of his thoughts, because it will betray him. So if he's having thoughts about Padme, it would be logical to have another Jedi to protect Padme. So they're not a person who wants to fuck Padme and be with Padme. I think that was a bad decision from the Jedi's Council. Now we have this bore fest of trying to force Anakin Skywalker and Padme to fall in love. They wasted like a big chunk of this movie of them negotiating and talking about love and Naboo and about how much the sand gets in their toenails and shit. You're in an open setting talking about love and sand and laughing and shit, and you were an assassin from afar can snipe Padme doing a headshot, all because you being lazy. You're not protecting Padme. You just trying to get your dick in. That's basically what he's trying to do. And then this scene where she was wearing revealing clothes. Padme was wearing revealing clothes. She looks like she wants to get down and dirty. She looks like an exotic dancer, an exotic stripper, or a fucking porn star. Then Anakin just told Padme his whole feelings. Your kiss, it was a scar. With you, I can't breathe.
I'm in agony. The closer I get to you, the worse it gets. The thought of not being with you, I can't breathe. I'm haunted by the kiss that you should never have given me. My heart is beating, hoping that kiss will not become a scar.
I am dying for your love. I need you. I want you. It's just come to me. If you can keep it a secret, love me. Love me.
It's like George Lucas was trying to attempt Shakespeare, but failed completely. And one of the things I found out, George Lucas admitted that he is not good at writing a love story. George Lucas, if you're not a good writer when it comes to love making, then why are you doing it? Back on Geonosis, he gets captured and finds out that the Sith Lord behind everything was Darth Tyrannus, played by the late great Courtney Lee. He plays Count Dooku. And all this leading to the Battle of Geonosis and have all the Jedi's fight and other things like that. That fight was pretty good. See all the Jedi actually throw it down, but still the fight was still CGI, but still it was tolerable to watch. Count Dooku versus Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin. That fight scene was very, very, very sloppy. I mean, it just looked like they just turned off the lights and then you just had Anakin Skywalker do whatever he was doing. Master Yoda comes in. His lightsaber battle scene, you can hate it or love it. I mean, some people hate the fact that Master Yoda was fighting. I actually liked it. I mean, Master Yoda is a Jedi. I mean, Jedi, he's not going to be an old man on his ass, but the way he has lightsaber is like a small little pixel stick, like an action figure size lightsaber. The fight scene was actually interesting to watch. I mean, I was actually into the fight scene, but still, it was kind of weird having Master Yoda, the way he fights. It seemed like he was just doing somersaults and flips and backflips and massive flips and from here to there. And then the way they use their lightsaber is like they're just it's like they just weighing down batons. A lightsaber is like a sword, like a sizable sword. Do you see people doing all this with their swords? This whole entire movie, just to break this movie down and as a whole, because I know this review is kind of jumbled because there's so much to talk about in this minor spoiler review, that basically this whole entire movie had too much CGI, the poor dialogue and the execution, the forced love between Anakin and Padme. That took a whole bunch in this film. I was bored. I watched this movie with my little sister. And as soon as Anakin Skywalker was talking all that nonsense about love me, what my little sister did? She got the remote and then she pressed mute because my little sister did not like the dialogue she was hearing. She said it was so corny that it sounded like she was watching a Barbie movie. A Star Wars movie, and you compare the dialogue to a Barbie movie? And she's only 7. 7! Take time to think about that. But the positives in this film, the Obi-Wan Kenobi played by Ewan McGregor, he did a good job, but he wasn't given the best line. Master Yoda, at times, he would contradict himself, but he contradicts himself clearly in episode 3, and I can't wait to do that review, by the way. But yes, he was all about be mindful of your feelings. In episode 5, he was a comedic. He was funny. He was very funny. I was laughing my ass off with Master Yoda. But in this movie, he's all like, we must think hard about this. We must dig deeper. Think hard. Science quiz. Guys, this was the worst movie in the series in my beliefs. The dialogue was just downright terrible, ridiculous, a piece of shit I have ever heard in my life. I have to give this movie a George Clooney Batman. This was a worthless movie, but it's part of the Star Wars lore, so I'll have to watch it again because now there's times where I like to watch the Star Wars saga all over again. That's my review for
Cowabingo, dude! Senior Mutant Ninja Turtles! Senior Mutant Ninja Turtles! Senior...
Hello? Hey, Superfan K, what's up, man? Uh-huh. What? You want to give out your thoughts too? Oh.